Okay, we're going live. 3, 2, 1. All the static, wires. The dials are all off. Everything's fucked up. The dials, the levels.
Well, you just never know,
Daniel Johnstone died today. Was it today or yesterday?
Turn off.
Today.
Damn.
I'm heading down that road to my own death. Well,
He's one of those people that you thought died a long time ago. What do you think?
No.
Completely disagree. When I saw that documentary when Netflix first started, I got that the Daniel Johnstone documentary thing mailed to me in Netflix envelope.
The devil.
The Devil of Daniel Johnstone.
Yeah.
And it was only because of Kurt Cobain had a T-shirt that he became famous.
That's what broke him.
That's what broke him. Yeah, that's what gave him birth too.
And he worked at McDonald's.
The thing is with that guy, he would have been fine without Kurt Cobain. Do you get what I'm saying? He didn't need that.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't know who he was.
But he never needed that. Did he really need that?
But there's a lot of guys like that, but they're just singing on the street and no one ever knows who they are.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is, don't you think he would have done his same songs? Wouldn't you think he'd do his same shit? Or no?
But he wouldn't make a living.
You don't think so? What kind of living was he even making when he...
He's making lots of money.
You don't think he might have just moved to Phoenix down in Roosevelt Row and might have, cleaned tables at a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah, but there's no one's really making money off art in Phoenix.
Yeah.
You have to move to Austin like he did.
You know what I think? I got a quote. Downtown Phoenix it has artists that think other artists are making money when they're not.
Well, there's some people making money.
Who?
They have international followings.
Who's that?
Like writers.
There's what do you mean, like novelists?
Yeah.
Who, you know who's down here? Tom Clancy lives out here.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. They moved to Paradise Valley or whatever.
I had a friend who had lunch with Tom Clancy.
Wait, he died?
It was a while ago. He definitely had lunch with him.
Okay, got it.
My buddy said I'd never read any of your books, but I've heard your name and I know you're.
Well, he made
famous.
a video game.
Yeah, with the guy from The Office in it.
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six. Is that a good game?
I never played it.
So, anyways, I researched the Minecraft world.
R2D2.
No, 2B2T. It's real.
I was watching that.
It's heavy shit, isn't it?
I still don't understand it, really.
It's called dedication, dude. There's some guys that have dedicated themselves to live in that world.
And I guess they build mansions in the world, and then if you're new, they kill you because they don't want people ruining your mansion.
Well, that's the thing. They've created a world of teamwork and power, just like people on this planet have. And if you get these noobs trying to walk up on your business and fuck up your world, you got to get rid of them.
Yep.
Sounds like
that's basically the sum of it.
Yeah, it sounds like American imperialism.
Well, you remember he was saying if you talk about it, then they'll dox you. But there's a guy on YouTube and he's doing videos and they got millions of hits.
Dude, there's guys doing videos and they show the whole map and all the cool shit. And then there's these giant histories.
Yeah.
Of the map.
There's historians.
Did you see them?
So I was watching it and then I went on the guy's Instagram and he's like a bodybuilder.
Oh, really?
I thought he was going to be like a nerdy geek guy.
Yeah.
But there's one thing I don't understand about that.
What's that?
So anyone can go to the base, right?
What do you mean?
You know how they build those big things?
Yeah.
So anyone who logs in can go to the base.
Sure, but you got to get there first.
How do you protect it if you're working or whatever at your regular job?
Oh, sure, totally. They got to have these weird jobs. Like bodybuilding has a lot of downtime.
So they have to have someone at the base constantly or someone's going to blow it up.
Oh, sure. Someone has to be on call. It's like the military. There has to be someone on outpost.
Because if someone's going to find it and blow the shit out of it, and you spend months on this thing, But is it just for that?
What?
Is it just for that server, or do they have roles on other servers?
Dude, they have so like
do they protect it when you're not there on other places?
Yeah. I think there's like some weird contracts you make with groups of people. Like you have friends in Japan that have different time schedules.
Oh.
And so everybody's kind of like they have like just kind of like accepted rules. So like dig this, they made an obsidian wall. Did you hear about the obsidian wall?
Yeah. I was watching that.
Dude, they got newbies to come on there, and they say we won't kill you if you collect a bunch of obsidian for us.
You know what? That's like Chiba Hut.
Is that yeah? Like, dude, do you know how much you get paid at Amazon?
$15 or $20 an hour.
$20 an hour.
Yeah, I heard something about
That's
that.
pretty fucking good, right? I think I'd work at Amazon if I only had to do 20 hours a week.
They make you do overtime though.
I know. If you only had to work 20 hours, wouldn't that be perfect?
Yeah.
That'd be a perfect job, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how about this? $20, like,
Yeah, but they have so much money.
After taxes, you still get $20. That'd be a good job.
That's pretty good.
You work 8 hours each day, you get $160, right, to take home?
Well, you get stock there, too.
Yeah, but just think about, you get $160 3 days a week.
160.
3 days a week. You pay $800 a month for like your own little condo or
That's not bad.
Studio. So $360 times 4.
But it's backbreaking work.
Dude, it's hourly work, dude.
It's hard. I did
One
it.
foot in front of another.
I did it before.
You did work for Amazon?
Yeah.
How many days?
6 months.
Really? And you weren't happy? You'll never be happy, Eli. If you weren't happy on Amazon,
It was basically the worst job I ever had in my life.
Did you tell your PR? Yeah? Did you go to... Didn't they have a counselor there to express your feelings towards the job?
No. They have people there. It was when the economy was the worst it was. They just had people lining up to take your job if you're like fall. They had like 10 people behind you waiting to take your place. And they overworked you until you got tired.
You know what I think? I think the greatest talent you can have...
I even shit my pants a few times and kept working.
That was just because you ate something bad the night before. Like, you just had some, like, real hot salsa, so it kind of, like...
Because I didn't want to get fired, so I just shit in my pants and I kept working. Because if you go to the bathroom, they're going to write you up.
I'm going to check that fucking off center. It's good enough for me. What I was about to say was...
Is it normal if you have blood in your poop? How much? Wait.
I think. How about this?
How much blood should be in your poop before it's unhealthy?
If you feel like you're,
I'm asking for a friend.
I know. If I would tell your friend if he feels like he's sinning against the Lord or whatever it is, if he feels like his parents are ashamed of him, then yeah, you should figure that out because that's why you have bloody shit. You're only put here on the planet to make your parents happy.
What about...
It's in the Bible. Somewhere it says if you don't, you get bloody shit. Bloody stool.
But I heard it's a sign of a healthy person.
I guess there's some bad blood. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's some weird, maybe it has to do something with like purging yourself of, like...
It's the demons. It's demons.
I tell you what, does it hurt when you poop blood?
I don't.
Ask your friend.
My friend, he said when he poops, it's like a bloody waterfall.
It's like the elevator doors in The Shining. She's like, just sloshing through. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up, man. Did you? So like, I searched the internet. What's up with this cough?
I was sick for the past week.
It sounds like I got a hay cough. You know what a hay cough is?
No.
It's like horses get it.
It's Vapor's cough.
Yeah, you got popcorn lung. So, I searched all over the internet, and they got this movie called Doctor Sleep.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
My son was.
It's the Shining sequel.
Yeah, so my son was confused about it because I told him the difference between Kubrick and Stephen King. Like, it's a Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
It's loosely based on Stephen King.
They made
novel.
it look like that.
Is this movie more of a Stephen King novel or more of a Kubrick film?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing. So, like, my son said, can't they get in trouble for doing that? And I said, well, Kubrick's dead. I was like, well, he still has a legacy.
He's Warner Brothers owns his movies.
Is that right? Is that why they can
do whatever they want?
They can take the door scene. They can take the elevator
Yeah.
scene. Fucking assholes.
When he died, he did Eyes Wide Shut.
Who owns David Lynch? I mean, who owns David Lynch's films?
I don't know.
See, that's a pro. I
just know that
that sounds like a huge mistake on an artist's part. That actually, when you think about it, you would think Kubrick would have a certain estate over those films, like Prince did.
Well,
Like, you can still use Warner Brothers monies, but they don't have the rights.
a lot of the filmmakers don't own it. Only one filmmaker owned his films.
Who's that?
Jim Henson.
No shit.
He owned The Dark Crystal,
Goddamn genius.
but it didn't make a lot of money.
What did they put out? Did you hear they have a new series?
I watched all of them.
What do you think? What's your rating, 1 to 10?
It's much better than it needs to be.
The graphics of the story.
The story.
The story's good,
Yeah.
but it didn't need to be that good. What do you mean, complicated wise? Had tangles?
No,
and
it's
knots?
just like they could have half-assed it, but they didn't.
So it's good.
Yeah.
You don't think it was cliche when they messed around with the same dilemmas?
Well, at first you think it will be, but then they just spun it so original.
Really? I didn't watch it. I watched only a little
In the
parts.
beginning, that's what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be, but then they just like took the threads and they like fleshed it out to its own thing. But the puppets still look like crap, I think, when they talk.
Well, that's what's awesome about it. So my kid...
But
my
then
son,
you get into it later and you don't care.
Well, that's what was cool. My son went up to me, he goes... He's going to be a real good critic when he grows up, but he's looking... We're watching the film, right? And he goes... They know this
The
looks
Shining?
like... No, Dark Crystal, the new series.
The first one?
No, the new series.
Oh.
And he goes... They know this looks like shit, right?
Yeah, they did.
Like, it looks horrible. And I said... He goes, they look like Muppets. And I said, well, that word you just used, the guy who made this film created that word, Muppets.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, so he's doing it on purpose? And I was like, yeah, it's like his signature.
Well, you
like,
remember when Jim Henson went on talk shows?
No. I don't remember at all. What was he funny?
No, you know how...
I know he has a beard and shit. It's kind of dorky.
Yeah, you know how most puppeteers,
Puppeteers?
they try to hide that...
The little
they try
chopsticks and shit?
They try to make it look like it's its own thing.
Yeah.
He would just go... He'd have the strings
What do you mean?
on the camera.
What do you mean?
Like, he'd show the puppeteer working on camera.
When? I don't ever see him. I was trying to watch Dark Crystal.
Oh, wait, no, I'm confusing it. His mouth... When he went on the talk show, his mouth would move.
Okay.
Like, he'd be like, Kermit the Frog! And you'd see his mouth move.
Yeah.
But most puppeteers are like, hey, what's up? Hey, my mouth's not moving, but when I talk, the puppet moves.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Do you know anybody who's good at that? Because
Jeff Dunham.
besides yourself.
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham, he's local.
No, he does a terrorist puppet.
Dude, I know these.
He's big after 9/11. He had a
Really?
terrorist.
Really? He had like cardboard 9/11
He
towers.
told like terrorist jokes.
That's pretty good.
He's like,
Oh, he's a fan. I know what you're talking about. Jeff Dunham.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Dude, I was trying to watch the new Bill Burr special. It's alright. He can't be bad. but he can't be great. You know, get what I'm saying?
He has a good like character.
He just can't be bad. He can't suck, but I don't think he can be great. Do you get what I'm saying?
I saw the Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, what did you think of that?
It was good for about 30 minutes, and I got sort of bored. But I was playing Tetris for the first 30 minutes.
Dude,
I wasn't really watching it. I was sort of listening to it.
What do you think about I'll download a Tetris game, throw it up on a giant projector, play it next third Friday at the salon.
That will go huge.
Yeah, did you want to do it?
Yeah.
Have the controllers out? Rock Tetris?
Yeah.
I already got it happen.
I don't know. I might have to work, but
I played Tetris at Calson Coasters.
it's fun.
I had a blast, dude. I'm pretty fucking good.
I watch it on YouTube, the competitive Tetris. I've been hooked for the past month.
I think comedy's overrated.
Why? Because you don't have to be talented to do comedy?
No, you rely on a world that's not funny.
You remember those guys we saw at the theater?
Yeah.
I went to that theater today. I was walking in front of it, and they have a big poster of them.
Who?
The Sucks guys.
Yeah. I mean, they're like the local representatives.
They got a big poster in front. It's legit by all the big comics.
Well, dude did a interview with some news station. It's called I think it's corny as fuck, but no one. I mean, I have a podcast that so anyways, what I'm trying to say is they do pop-up comedy shows. They call it hidden comedy. Like you have to be on the mailing list, or you have to be on the Instagram feed.
So they're trying to spin it.
And they're like, we're having a comedy show in the backyard of a Walmart. Or they would never do that, but they do it in like legit places.
I just don't like mean comedy.
You know what I don't like?
Do you have the what's his name? Dice.
Oh shit, that's what I forgot. You know what I have though?
Move right in. You just walked up to him and made out with
You
it.
move right. You put your head down a little. You act like a little sensitive little bunny.
Right.
Move right in.
You just
That's
walked up to him and made out
You
with it.
move right.
Yeah, this one too.
I heard that interview.
Hey, Vito.
Hey,
Is
I
your
heard that
name,
interview
Vito?
live when
Vincent.
it happened.
But
Oh,
don't
yeah.
blame Buffalo for your failure.
I
as
say,
producer
go
or
take a
anything else.
shit if you're from Buffalo. You and every Buffalonian, go take a shit.
No, you don't want to say it.
Hey, Vito.
Hey,
Is that your name, Vito?
Vincent.
But don't blame Buffalo for your failure. as
I say,
producer
go
or
take a
anything else.
shit if you're from Buffalo. You and every Buffalo.
Hey, Vito.
Hey,
Is that your name?
Yeah, so
I wonder
yeah.
what that guy's doing right now. I haven't heard from him. For
Oh,
years.
he's a bum, dude. He's just a fucking loser.
He can't get movies.
No, he just likes to. He's spiteful. I love the dude.
I guess he's sort of heroin junkie too.
Is he? Well, he hates people that do have drug addictions.
Well, he was on this Francis Ford Coppola movie,
Yeah,
and then I didn't hear from him.
that's one of my favorite films.
It was called
Tetra. I like that film.
Tetris.
It's one of my favorite films.
I never seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen the whole thing? I'm waiting for my son to be ready for it.
It looked good, but I just didn't get a shot to watch it.
It's good.
It wasn't like I didn't know where to watch it.
Yeah.
It would,
I watched. I tell you what, though, I love Buffalo '66.
did you have that part where he's like goon 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 goon?
Oh yeah, when he just makes fun of his buddy on the phone.
I wish I had a sound clip of that.
And then
I was trying to find it on YouTube, and no one had uploaded that part.
I think he's an interesting dude. I think he obviously he hedged his way as a individual. Did you see his paintings? You ever seen his paintings?
Nope.
He does like they're still lives, dude. They're like he rubs out he puts still lives and he looks like he rubs off the paint.
Is it good?
Better than someone else trying to do art. You know, he comes from his background's painting and fashion.
How'd he get into film?
I think he was like an intern, some sort. He worked for a stage guy. He has a neat story. What's great about him? He's like a Mickey Rourke.
He's a troll before people were trolls.
Yeah. And you know what's the hardest thing to do? It's hard to be a troll when everybody knows you. How about that?
You know what's funny though?
What?
He said he was Republican, and now he can't get work.
Dude, listen, that David Chappelle, Sticks and Stones, right? Vincent Gallo was doing that shit 20 years ago. That's what his position was. He hated the leftists.
Yeah.
And then when
so you'd think it's his time to shine right now.
Well, then that's what's neat. When Howard Stern said, "So do you want these right-wing religious ideologue type cats? Like they don't want nudity. They won't. Your film will never get published. Like they'll make sure you go."
You think he would be campaigning for Trump?
He likes Trump.
I know, but why wasn't he so visible then?
I think you know what he is? He's a guy who, if he is getting laid, he shuts the fuck up.
Well, he did that in that movie.
Oh, yeah, got sucked off?
Yeah.
No, that whole movie was an act of desperation. He was in such a probably a dark place to need to like explore those parts of himself to see if he could generate desire again.
Do you know what happened after that?
He lost his girlfriend or something.
He got in a fight with Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
And Roger Ebert said it was the worst movie he ever seen.
Yeah.
And then he wished cancer on Roger Ebert.
And then Roger Ebert got cancer.
And then he died of cancer. He did like some voodoo spell on him.
Yeah, but then on the Howard Stern show, Robert Ebert called in.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
And they were friends.
Yeah.
And he didn't feel bad about how he got cancer. Obviously, Vincent Gallo can't put cancer on
his
people.
whole jaw was like, he got cancer in his jaw. So by the end of his life, he was just like one. He couldn't talk. Like his whole jaw was off. It was just like a big piece of skin. And my buddy, or not buddy, but my acquaintance, who, his teeth was fucked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to raise money to fix his teeth. And then Roger Ebert tweeted it. And he got the money he needed.
Really? I think if you're gonna try to get money really quick, if you're a guy, if you're a girl, you could just fuck anybody. Are you listening here?
Yeah. Shoot.
If you're a woman, if you need money, if you need money, fuck somebody. Anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. If you're a guy, fuck some old lady. I mean, whatever. Just take care of some old lady. Wipe her ass. Or even some old dude. Like, just go down to those geriatric wards and start wiping ass.
Because they have money?
Well, they pay good. They also got a will and testament of when they die. So.
Well, there's this guy. His name was Space Alien Donald.
Okay.
And he bought 2 houses.
So, is this a local?
Yeah. He used to live across the street from where I live now.
Okay.
And there were 2 people who were sort of helping him out. They weren't related to him. And then when he died, he gave each of them a house.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Were the houses equal?
Yeah.
That's nice. I had an aunt. Well, she was an aunt.
So just go around helping old people and just be nice to them?
Yeah. If you're a guy,
just go to Sun City and just help out old people who don't have family?
If you're a male. If you're a man, or if you're an ugly girl and no one wants to fuck
if you're a girl, you just fuck a guy.
Yeah, if you're an ugly girl, then maybe you can't just fuck anybody. if you're a girl who's somewhat healthy, you can make some money being doing, I don't know, just touching people. Say you're a masseuse. Masseuse.
A moose.
Everybody says they're a masseuse.
A masseuse.
Like...
That's a fancy way of saying what...
It's a fancy way of saying, like...
the dirty stuff you're
doing.
I'm
not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. I will touch you for a price. If you want me to touch you more, I may do it for more money. You guys saying I'm already touching you?
Well, that guy who owned the Patriots, do you remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He was a billionaire, and he just went a pump and tug place.
Okay.
And then they raided him.
That's fucked up.
They got him on camera.
Yeah.
He's just an old guy, like 80 years old.
Yeah.
And why? You know why they got him?
Yeah.
Because people hate the Patriots.
Yeah, fucking bastards.
So like, there's this old guy. He beat all the odds. His team wins the Super Bowl every year.
Well, let's talk about that artist, that local artist down here, that goofball.
Who?
The guy with the glasses. The guy, the artist guy. God bless you. For next time. There's this guy. How about I put it this way? There's this guy, right?
Glasses?
Yeah, there's this guy out here, downtown, around this area. There's this guy out here that his being is, he exists, okay? There's a guy that if I say something bad about him, he may be offended. Just like a million other guys that may be offended if I say something about them. Right? And then they may want to try to say something back to me. Right? To offend me.
Did you say his name?
My son said today, black people know how to say mean things good.
Yeah.
Which means dirty dozens.
Yeah.
And I thought he was being racist, and I thought maybe my racism was rolling off on him. I said, no, that sounds about right. That's good. This guy isn't black, though.
Glasses,
and he seems like I'm in the position that if he comes back into the scene, he will try to throw me under the bus.
Is he in town right now?
No, he disappeared for a little bit.
I think I know.
New Times wrote a great article on him. He's a guy who, he's an older man.
Oh.
And he's a great guy. And everybody knows him, supposedly. He has like a art installation.
Oh, yeah.
Of people pay $10 and they get to take pictures with it, with all the stuff.
With all the girls?
Well, with all the balls.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And the cool thing is that just talking about anybody who's hot right now, like who's trending right now, we could sound like hyenas or parasites about him. But the truth is that we're just trying to bring the idea of what is a massage parlor.
Well,
what is paid and what is unpaid, and what is respect and unrespect, and what is necessary for people just to go on with their life, and how is it that capitalism maintains its stronghold on people?
And why did God put this goo inside of you that you have to get out?
And go crazy. And think about, like, what happens if you conquered that goo? You pay just like you conquer your appetite.
Well,
do you not conquer your appetite?
No, not me.
Well, you figure out a way to eat. You're not starving.
But some people, they let the goo get to them.
It's fucking power, dude.
But
it's a word. We need to find a new word for it. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Well,
because you know what sex really comes down to? It's everything but power.
How about this?
Yeah.
You're controlled by it because you have to.
Because it constructed a rarity out of it. They actually think people are giving up something precious that's valuable. That's why people get off on it.
Yeah, but if you didn't get it out of you, then
She's how about this? Girls walking down the street, she's clothed. They're always clothed, aren't they? They're always clothed, but there's parts that aren't clothed. They're like parts of their body that's coming out of the clothes.
yeah.
And you're like, well, I want to be the powerful person that peels the fruit and takes photos of it and spoils and just consumes and possesses the flailed fruit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this guy wants to have the power to say, I tell you when to put your clothes on and when to take them off.
Well,
And she's like, well, I mean, all I know, for example, is like, if the clothes are on well, there's no need for them to be taken off.
well, this guy, he's older, right?
Yeah.
So at a certain point, doesn't that go away? Like, you don't want to...
Shoot, if you're lucky, I guess.
Why is he still why are they still doing it when they're that old?
Because I think in some weird way they think they might be dying.
But maybe
and they better make a drastic attempt at one last vitality.
Okay, maybe when he was younger, he was just, like, really bad.
Yeah, obviously. All artists... Listen.
And then...
If anybody was getting laid at a young age, who's getting some good pussy at a young age, there'd be no reason...
They would not go into art.
There'd be no reason to do anything creative.
Yeah, you're right.
If the pussy's there, or whatever it is you're into, if the boob's there...
If the glove fits, you must quit.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, when I watch the Vincent Gallo films, you know,
he was getting laid. He was in fashion.
No. He had a hang up, a real hang up.
Oh.
And he had moments of achieving these great orgies at moments. And then he had an absolute recoil about, like, his identity in these moments. And he created these arts, and he created his attitude.
Huh.
Do you follow this?
Yeah.
I mean, watch his films, dude. He's a psychological
I didn't
mess.
get that deep into him, but...
Yeah, there's no need to, but there's only 2 films that you can judge him on.
Yeah.
Brown Bunny and Buffalo 66. And then all his hatred on the interview.
And then his persona.
His persona, yeah.
You know who I thought would be a good fit with him?
Who?
That guy who did Gummo.
Oh, the Kids director?
No, he wrote Kids.
Oh, he just wrote it? He didn't film it?
Another guy filmed it.
Do you know who helped, what's that?
He did Spring Breakers.
Oh, yeah, with James Franco?
Yeah.
James Franco is like a retarded Vince Gallo.
Yes, exactly.
He wants to be artistic, but he can't.
He has Vincent Gallo. There's no way the mass public will accept him, right?
Yeah.
But
James Franco.
But he has pretty good art. You know, his movies are interesting. Yeah. But James Franco, he has that smile and people like him, but his art's not that great.
But get this, James Franco, like, try to throw Vincent Gallo under the bus for sexual assault. It won't stick.
Because people already expected it.
No, they just be like, he'll say something wild like that bitch.
He already went through it.
But he'd probably say that bitch tried to that. You don't even know what that bitch did.
I think he went out with that girl anyways.
What? Who?
Who was in that movie?
Which one?
The brown bunny.
Oh, the one that he got sucked off by?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's neat that he threw that in at the end. I know what the whole film's about. He's chasing something that he'll never achieve. Because you remember what happened after he got sucked off?
I didn't watch it.
She's getting group sex. And then there's a flash in our scene because it gets all surreal, and there's a body being pulled out of this house where they were having the gangbang, and she's talking to him and she's crying. He's like, "What happened? I came home. I came home. You were getting fucked by 5 guys, and I left because I was upset." And then I came back home, and you were on a stretcher with a blanket over you. You were dead. Were you dead? And she said, "Yeah, I choked on something. I'm dead." This is the end of the film.
You try to get surreal.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a whatever film, but you know what's great about the film? and I ain't trying to be artsy because I'm the last person to want to be artsy, but the film's about driving. Roads. You're on roads, you're looking through your window, you're driving roads, and then you pull off at a stop. I mean, this is perfect perversions. If you're driving alone, have you ever driven alone, like, for 8 hours, 12 hours?
Yeah.
You pull over at a gas station, your mind's constantly spinning on the road.
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate driving alone.
Really? I get crazy when
That's why I never travel anymore.
I remember when I was like...
I drove to LA and San Diego.
Yeah? By yourself?
Yeah.
What age?
23 or 24.
Yeah. I drove to Oakland for Phoenix at like age 20. I didn't bust a nut. I was by myself. I just had my dick out of my pants and I was just stroking my dick the whole ride just to keep awake, dude. But I couldn't do that now.
It's like
that's how horny I was.
It's like Brown Bunny without the girl.
Well, I don't know. It was like I wouldn't consider it sexual. I was just kind of like, I just need to stay awake, and I read some Kama Sutra.
So that was your coffee?
That was my coffee, I guess. That's a private story. I never told anybody that.
Well, what I wanted to say before you said that, and that's a bad.
What are you gonna say?
The moment passed. I'll say it, but maybe.
Did you ever used to if you drive alone, you grab one of those those hand squeezers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like that keeps you awake. I used to have a spray bottle. I pour water on my head.
I used to go to Tucson to do public access. That one I showed you. And then when I drove home, I'd get so tired I'd fall asleep. You know.
And you just go off the side of the road.
I never did, but it was scary shit.
See, that could kill you.
I know. That's why I don't do it.
See,
I was young then.
If anybody's trying to shame me for pulling my dick out of my pants and just playing with myself while I'm driving, and it wasn't because it was sexual at all. It was just something I did when I was 20.
I hate driving.
Yeah. What the fuck does that say?
We got a message.
Keep those head.
What'd it say?
My power's time.
Ah.
We're still good though.
There's like a fuzz now.
When I plug that fucking thing in.
It's alright.
Oh, it might be here.
Alright.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, if this makes any sense, that asshole who thinks he can be a fucking slick motherfucker at one moment in his life, and then when he gets criticized for being a slick motherfucker, he gets all castrated and disappears off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And he can't face the public. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that's what they do.
Well, that's the thing. You got to realize, either you're gonna be a tough guy or you're not gonna be a tough guy.
The chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah. I mean, look what I did, dude. I regret all my apologies, dude. I apologize for my apologies. What does that mean? That was me at that time.
It means you're crossing the I's and dotting the T's.
Well, no, think about this. You make an insult, right? You make an insult at a moment. You didn't know you were insulting anybody. That's the thing. I didn't know I was insulting anybody. I just said what I thought was interesting and funny. Then everybody thinks it's something that it isn't, and then I have to apologize for it, right?
Yeah.
So that's a different moment. So one moment was the statement that turned. So one moment was me just trying to say something Second moment is people interpreting it as an insult. Third moment is now me interpreting the insult. So now I apologize because I don't want. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, this is what a lot of comedians do.
What's that?
And you're a comedian. I consider you a comedian. A lot of comedians test out the material. You know?
Yeah. When it sticks,
and maybe you just did the worst joke you ever did, but you're just like.
But sometimes, God, when you think about the worst joke, that has to be a good joke, right? I mean, if it did do anything, you're like, wow.
But that's just like when people get angry at what you say. That's a first draft.
Yeah.
So they should understand that. They should understand that concept at least. You're working on say the greatest ride in the world. They do a first draft. That's your first draft, but you're doing it live in front of them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I hope they don't get that though. But so what I'm trying to say with this other guy, the guy who got busted for sexual assaults. I'm saying he did this at one moment. This is the new moment, and he has no art to give.
And just say, yeah, that's what I did. I fucked up.
Or say, I didn't do it. Do what Bill Clinton did.
Well, Hillary stood by him.
That's what I mean. You gotta just keep talking. That's what kills me. Like that's what really kills me. That's the one thing I did learn from being, if you get mobbed or lynched.
Are you in the shot?
Yeah, I'm over here.
Oh, I'm not in it.
You're on the right side. You're the white shirt guy. Hold on, let me see what else I got on here, bro.
Between observing ourselves in the sense you mean, and merely thinking about ourselves.
Were you on the shot?
No.
Observing
you were on, dude.
In the sense
you're kind of just right on the side, dude. Just kind of pointing over. I can recrop that with my editing.
Right.
I can recrop that with my editing.
As long as they can hear it.
So, and the point that emerges from that is that it's, I think, one more example of the American economic and cultural systems that work very well in terms of selling people products and keeping the economy thriving. So,
who is that?
And
David Foster Wallace. What I loved about that.
He talk like that?
What? Yeah, he sounded like that.
Huh.
He has some of the best interviews ever recorded on.
He goes like that, like
Yeah, dude, he's a trip. He can't. When he goes, so like when he's like an absolute paranoid, he's delusionally paranoid. So when he thinks about something he's saying,
yeah, that was his thing.
He's like, "That's, I know how you could take that, and that's
he's
not what I meant."
He's looking at it from like 7 different angles.
7 different angles, so he keeps stuttering.
He's trying to like refine his words perfectly.
And then he'll even get to the point where he goes, I apologize for stuttering. Like, what's coming off as is like I'm being a know-it-all. I am not trying to do that. This is why I hate interviews. You know, he'll keep doing these breathing things.
He'll kill. He keeps drilling down.
Yeah, dude, it's good. So when I did my interview with Lynn, I told her about how I played with myself when I traveled to Northern California.
Well, they can put that in.
No, I didn't say that.
They can write about that in that.
They could, I know, but I didn't say that at all. What I did say was like I talked about like very personal things to me, on accident. But I was hoping it'd turn into something philosophical.
Well, you know what that's called?
What?
Poetry.
Yeah, poetry's the worst. Like you know what? The one thing I regret from the interview. She asked, "Why do you do art?" And I had to think really hard in the moment. And I said something horrible. I said,
That's what they like when you say something bad.
No.
That means they did their job.
I mean, it's gonna come off. It probably will get published. I said something as cheesy and as horrifying as I said. I do art so I can be here. I just want to be
in the
here.
interview.
Yeah, I said because when I'm in traffic, I'm not here. When I'm making money for somebody else, I'm not here.
I understand what you're saying.
So I don't want to sound, and I told her I don't want it to sound like some yoga catchphrase, like "be here now." I swear, I think I do it because it makes me feel like I'm here.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it was too deep.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, it's just like little moments of breath.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be anything more than be here. Though I would take any handout.
If you're working for someone else,
yeah,
you'd be thinking about like you're on their schedule.
Yeah.
But now you make art and you're in control of yourself.
And what's refreshing is you get hints, you get fresh whiffs of freedom.
I was the same way when I didn't have a job.
Yeah, like you could just think creatively in the morning.
Yes.
And make something happen.
Because now, like, I have a job and I have to, like, it's hurting my ability to create. I'm at, like, half capacity right now. If I could focus everything, that's when I did best at comedy, too.
When you didn't have a job?
When you could just think about, like, great jokes all day long.
And you had the discipline to do that?
Yeah.
Or were you beating yourself up when you weren't getting into good jokes?
I would just be like,
So this is what I don't get. If that's true, then you should have grown into that.
Well, I had gotten too much debt.
How was the debt happening? The art needed to be connected to a reciprocation.
No, I was doing a little bit of Postmating.
Okay.
But I could do that like an hour or two a day.
Yeah.
And then I could do the rest for comedy or whatever. My car kept breaking down, and I had to put it on my credit card.
You look like you hit a small little bump in the road, and you interpreted something bigger than it was. I think you may have just hit a little broke moment in a month, and you freaked out a little bit.
Could be. You might be right.
I almost freaked out the other day. I was broke out of my ass.
It just feels nice to have like. It feels nice not to live paycheck to paycheck. But I guess that's a compromise I'm making because now I'm like, oh, now I can't come up with awesome ideas. But when I did live paycheck to paycheck, that's when I was having good ones, really good ones. I don't know, maybe I'm off.
Yeah, but you still do creative things, don't you? Isn't that sucky?
I'm not productive. But I feel I have a spurt coming.
Yeah, I can kind of tell it.
I feel inspired again. You know what it had to do with?
What?
The weather.
Oh, that's nice. The girls smile better in better weather.
Yeah. And when it was so hot outside, I didn't want to leave the house.
Yeah, dude, the summers are tough.
Sucks.
That's how I am right now, dude.
And now I have like all these ideas that I was just thinking about, and I'm like, okay, I can do them now.
So what are we talking about? Like in 2 weeks, that we're gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
we still got some hot weeks ahead.
Well, but it's over. The worst is over.
Yeah, you're right.
It's on the downtrend.
Yeah, totally, you're right.
Sorry, I'm itching my ear.
Oh shit, my bad.
But okay. But you have to go through the bad parts, right?
Yeah.
You can't always have a good. You can't always be going up, right? You can't always go up. You have to go down, right?
No, I don't want to disagree, but naturally it seems like you have ebbs and flows.
That's what I'm saying. Because you can't always.
But I think you can have. I mean, I've had taste of it without drugs, where I just wanna pierce.
You just went up.
No, not even up. You just keep pushing through, like you watch television. Like dig this. You watch any type of expression, anything. You stare. You're like, I could do that. Like, these people are just playing parts.
Like Tarantino?
Like Tarantino, any of these guys. Even Vince Gallo. I was like, honestly, straight up, I could make a better movie than that.
Well, I did too, and then I tried making movies, and they were all like...
They sucked?
It's hard, not they didn't suck, but it's just hard to do.
It's hard to do. You need time, you need dedication.
You're bending the elements at your will.
At least you knew. Hey, at least you knew they weren't good enough to what you thought they were going to be, right? This sounds like some Oprah Winfrey shit, but there's these assholes that are so thick-headed, they think their shit's dope.
That's
For example,
people.
every fucking podcaster in the Valley is a fucking... They think they're good at something. They're fucking losers.
Well, I think people just want to do something so they can go to parties and say they do something.
Man, I haven't heard one good podcast in all of Phoenix.
But people don't like... Wait, do they like this one?
Dude, they're going to learn to like it, because I just heard Joe Rogan say we're the best podcast. He called this podcast, there was this podcast called Opie and Anthony. You heard about this one, right? Opie and Anthony?
I listened to some of them.
He said these guys would just sit, they had no material.
They were Howard Stern ripoffs.
Yeah, and they would just sit and talk.
They had like comedians on, like Luke's.
Yeah, but there was no cleanliness.
I guess they sort of self-destructed.
Yeah, why is that? Just the internet, right?
Well, one of them, he went to Times Square, and he started calling people like the N-worders.
Derogatory names?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
They fired him. Sirius fired him.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what happened to the other guy, but he got fired.
Well, so it sounded like what these guys did was like tried to not be mainstream.
Well, they were. Do you remember what happened? How they got like popular?
Do you know what's not mainstream? You know what's really not mainstream? White people saying the N-word. That will never be mainstream. If it is, then we're back to the Civil War.
What about what's his name, Eminem?
He doesn't say the N-word. He wants to, but he never says it. He so wants to so bad. Eminem, if you're out there, just go for it, dude.
He's the most popular one.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I feel like as a psychologist, I feel like he has all this pent-up N-word inside him. And he should just start rhyming with it.
I got all these cucumbers chasing me down, making me frown. I don't know what to do. I love you, Haley. I love you, Haley.
Yeah, Haley.
I love you, baby girl.
You know what I hate? I hate Eminem. I have a whole podcast where I hate Eminem.
Oh, what I was about to say is, I got a tip for you.
Yeah, what's a tip?
Wait 2 weeks in the New Times. I heard we got the best podcast award.
Are you serious?
And we're gonna put it right there.
Oh, that's so awesome. Dude, stay tuned.
Best podcast in Phoenix.
Damn.
About downtown Phoenix gossip.
Where do we accept our award, though? Is there an award show?
I think they just said it to us.
That's it? And then we can...
Well,
Dude, I'm going to hang it in the gallery, then.
You know what you gotta do?
Hey, I'm going to hang it in the gallery if I do get it.
You know what you gotta do before that happens?
Hey, can you hang... How about I make one? Can we have make two of them? You can hang one in Chiba Hut. Are you allowed to?
Oh, you know what they did once?
What?
They gave us an award. It said best nachos, and then underneath it goes, you have to vote for it. But they were just going to try to get ad dollars, and then we hung it up, and then it was there for like 2 weeks. And like, oh, that's just the voting slip. It had like 6.
Yeah, that's classic. Dude, I think we are the best podcast in Phoenix. Anybody wants to fucking challenge us, go for it. We'll out-talk you. Any day.
You know what we ought to do for the next podcast?
What?
I shouldn't say this right now, but...
We'll say it, like, differently. Like, put it in a question.
What happens if we had, like, a envelope, right?
Yeah.
And then we opened it up?
Yeah.
And then...
We say the best podcast goes to Super Joint.
And it looks like the actual thing that they give?
Yeah. So who's our real competitors when we think about it? Super Joint?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
I watched his podcast.
And all these, and like the 10,000 rappers that have podcasts?
I don't listen to that shit.
But they're the only ones that do podcasts. Rappers. They interview like up and coming artists.
Well, you know why? I've been on this end before. We're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
In 5 years, there's gonna be all like schlubs in their 30s is gonna have podcasts.
I know. We're gonna show them the video and they'll be like,
Hello?
just like Al Hours like loves our shit, but he won't be on our podcast. I understand it because he's gonna have one like later when he's like he's our age.
Right now, see, there's weeds and we're just cutting the weeds.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad none of you young ass motherfuckers are on our podcast. Because you guys are going to be doing what we're doing 10 years from now. And I understand. I get it. If you were on ours, it'd be like you hanging out with your dad.
And we'll be sick of it by then.
We'll be sick of it. We might even be dead. But you know who started it.
And then, yeah.
That's all.
And then they're going to be teaching at ASU podcasting.
Yeah, they're going to probably get an ASU job.
And they're going to have a degree in podcasting. You can take a degree.
Does Pete Patrisco have a job at ASU?
No.
Oh, what was new? Oh. Yeah, Pete tried to kick us some dirt.
He threw some shade.
On a Lynn Trimble article. It had to do with how Roosevelt Row, the branding of Roosevelt Row, is annexing new neighborhoods.
Where'd you see that?
Lynn wrote it. So
he didn't like her article?
Well, no, he didn't. It didn't say he didn't like her article. She wrote a neutral article about how Roosevelt Row is going to buy Garfield. It's taking on Garfield as Roosevelt Row.
So what's the problem?
The problem is it's about real estate and sales. They're claiming it's an art district when it isn't. Beatrice Moore got up on that shit and started talking some game. It was pretty awesome. I just want to say.
Why are they angry?
Because it's their property.
Because it's like a competitive thing between Grand and...
Well, they'll consume... Well, what they're going to do is misrepresent their area and dilute it into the shit that they don't want to be represented as, which is Roosevelt Row. Like, if you have a good neighborhood, why would you want to be represented as Roosevelt Row? Unless...
Because they use it to sell their homes.
Yeah, exactly. But what happens if you're like... What happens if you're an inhabited... an inhabited agent in the neighborhood? You're not one who flips property and tries to get money.
You don't care about the art. You're just living your life. Like the families.
Sure. And you just want to get great places.
You mean you're trying to move there?
Well, no, I'm saying there's some people that want to flip a property and there's some people that want to inhabit the property.
Yeah.
As just a state of being in existence. There's other people that don't have a state of being or existence. Their only state of being and existence is making money on things.
Yeah.
Okay, those people need to be killed immediately. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but we know who needs to be executed. Or we just need to take them... Actually, I shouldn't say murder, because I'm totally against that. What they need to be doing is we need to round them up, take them into a place and you indoctrinate them with a new ideology. The communists were doing it for a while. We'll tell them, like, hey, like, smoke some weed. Like, life is short.
Well, their weed is money.
This one's
See what I'm saying? Their drug is money.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, I totally follow that. But, like, what if I told them that the present moment is more valuable than 10 days from now or 10 months from now?
Well, they don't live here, so they don't care.
Well, that's what I'm going to try to get them into. Like, we need to drug them, and then trying to show them what.
Mainly, they're Scottsdale people
that are flipping property.
Yeah,
dude, they come from all over, dude. They come from Denver, dude. There's a lot of Canadians too.
Canadians, yeah.
These fucking Canadians, dude.
Yeah.
It's not the Mexicans, dude.
Yeah, they're not.
The Mexicans they're just workers, but when the Mexicans become Canadians, they hate Mexicans more than white people. Serious.
Huh.
Rich Mexicans hate Mexicans more than white people.
Well, do you remember when all those, I forgot where they were from, but they were at the border. They were like from Peru or something.
Okay.
And they went to Tijuana or something. And all the Mexican people, or not all of them, but a lot of them, they were like MAGA. Or no, they were like build a wall, or they were saying
Mexicans always get.
They were being racist to those people who were trying to get asylum, and they were stuck in their city.
Yeah. What's that acronym the Mexicans took up for MAGA?
I don't know.
Mexicans always get around the wall or something. It's something. Anyways.
Speaking of MAGA, Trump did something that...
Do you remember manga, the comics?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first. When I first kept
You thought it was like a whole cultural
manga
revival?
Make America manga. Well, Trump, I don't agree with most of his politics, but I agree with this part, okay?
Yeah, what's that one?
He's going to make vaping illegal. It's killing too many people.
Yeah. I tell you what, I stopped.
People are starting to drop like flies.
I stopped.
We're getting our first vape-related deaths. It's been 5 years since vaping happened.
This thing still works.
Is that vape?
This is vape.
But you don't have the big one.
No, hell no.
That's the people who are dying.
Well, I'm glad, because their fucking trucks are way too big.
When vaping first started, I was the vape king.
Really?
You know I'm the food dude?
Could you blow circles?
Chuck Clouds?
Chuck Clouds?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could? You were good at that?
Yeah, and then I could make circles, right?
Yeah.
I could make like I would chuck a cloud, and then I'd shape it in a circle, and I'd jump through it like I was a ninja. Like jump through.
Oh, that's tight, dude. You know what I used to do? I'd blow a cloud, and then I'd make it look like a latte. I'd do a latte pattern in it, and I could blow a cloud and do a Starbucks logo.
And you could paint a portrait?
Yeah. Dude, what's up with them fucking latte patterns, dude? That shit's fucking dumb,
People
right?
like it.
That's just corny. If you really want a good drink, get your ass a fucking, go down to the store and get your ass a Monster drink.
Oh, I love them.
I'm so glad I don't drink those anymore. But I was an addict. I always look at these dudes when they went at the grocery store, and they have like 6 Monster drinks.
They're all fat guys.
Fat guys, dude, and it's bad fat guys though. It's like mutant fat, like where something bad happens.
So what happened? What do they put in that?
Dude, just fucking
vape.
Addiction, dude.
Are there any healthy guys who drink Monsters?
Well, I had a buddy. I have an uncle, and he drinks Monster. He drinks the caffeine-free ones.
He's in shape?
No, he's not at all.
No.
But he's not fat either, but he's not in good shape. And I used to buy this shit. If any of these people that drink these energy drinks, you go down to GNC, right? They got some coolers there.
Some creatine?
No, they got refrigerators up in there, right? They got a drink called Ripped Fuel. Okay? If you look on the container, it says it has like 3 servings in it. Okay, it's the size of a Monster drink. You just drink 2 sips. It will not only give you energy, it'll give you that male aggression that'll have you put your fist through a wall.
That makes you do good at bars?
Dude, seriously, when I gave my uncle that drink, he's like, this stuff is amazing, except I don't want to feel angry all the time. Monster drink doesn't do that. It gives him energy, but it doesn't make him want to like be frustrated to kick shit around.
Do you remember?
I can't drink that shit no more. My heart will explode.
Do you remember that thing, Alestra?
It sounds familiar. What is it?
They put it in potato chips, so you
eat more?
It replaced the fat, so you could eat as much potato chips as you wanted.
Oh, okay. It was like a fat pill.
But then it made you leak from your butthole.
Blood?
No, just regular poop.
Oh, it gave you anal drip?
Yeah.
Was it stinky, though?
I don't know.
Sometimes anal drip ain't stinky. It's just kind of like it's like peeing yourself. But it's like...
I don't know what the kind was.
I mean, I'm serious. Sometimes anal drip could just be urine. Not from your penis, but from your butthole. I'm just saying, dude, if it don't stink, what is it? It must be pee.
You're in the money.
If any of you guys want to send me any comments about like anything that's going on with your body, I'm a licensed doctor. I can give you advice. If you have a cold, I tell you to like go to sleep for a little bit.
So I went to the show first Friday.
Yeah.
and this guy was wearing a diaper.
What? Oh, at Trunk Space?
No, it was at this house.
Okay.
And it was pretty good music. And then someone took his diaper off, and
You had shit? You had shit on him?
Well, I was looking into the music, and then I looked down, and his ding dong was dangling. I'm like, oh shit. That's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, dude, that shit's wrong.
And then I left that party.
Especially if a guy thinks he's cool. I consider that guy that's sexual assault.
A predator.
Hey, Vito.
Hey.
Is that your name?
Believe in the power of the imagination to remake the world, to hold back the night, to charm motorways, to ingratiate ourselves with birds, to enlist the confidences of madmen. I believe in my own obsessions, in the beauty of the car crash, in the peace of the submerged forest, in the excitements of the deserted holiday beach, in the elegance of automobile graveyards. I believe in the power.
That was J.G. Ballard.
Oh yeah, the guy who wrote Empire of the Sun.
Yeah. You like that guy? That guy's a fucking genius.
I'm sort of familiar.
Well, you seen the movie Crash?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he
and
wrote
he wrote science fiction movies.
Yeah,
novels.
He wrote books called Drowned World, Heated World, Melting World,
Yeah.
Frozen World.
I never read them.
He's good.
I know that he wrote that science fiction.
I just bought one of his books, dude. Dig this one. This is way ahead of its time. It was called Atrocity Exhibition. Guess what it was? Headline after headline, just wild headlines, dude.
Huh.
Like mass
That's
murders.
cool.
Like what we're reading today in the
That'd
world.
be good for your stickers.
Oh yeah, totally. But I always wanted that book, but it was so overpriced. I found it at Bookman's the other day. They always wanted $20 for it, dude. And I don't like to spend $20 for a 100-page book.
You know what book I wanted, but it's too expensive?
What?
The Red Book.
Oh, by Carl Jung?
It's a $400 book.
Carl Jung.
I found it at Metro Center library.
Yeah.
I took it home. It's like 30 pounds.
Yeah. I think you can get like a third edition for $40 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
When it first came out, you only get the big one.
You know what else I picked up a great book on? Mao's poetry. Mao Zedong. He wrote really good haikus. And there's supposedly a Donald Trump poetry book.
Well, he's good at language.
Donald Trump?
Like that's why it's part of his. People make fun of him, but he'll like talk really simply.
Yeah, he has a great.
He has a good, effective way of.
He's 100 times better than Bush.
Yeah.
100 times better than Bush.
He couldn't talk though.
He made him better than Obama.
Obama
seemed like a polite asshole.
He was more wordy.
Yeah.
He talked around things.
But there were empty phrases. They weren't charged.
Well, what Obama...
Besides, make them... what was it called? Give me change? Or what was his campaign slogan?
Hope.
Hope? But what was the other change?
Hope and change?
Hope and change, some bullshit.
Well, Obama was the opposite because he could talk his way out of anything.
Yeah, totally. He was slick.
He would just he wouldn't really address it head on. But he'd talk until you felt okay about it. But what I wanted to tell you was there's another book out there.
Expensive book?
It was at the library.
Okay,
it used to be at the Phoenix Library.
What is it?
Back to the Dark Crystal. It was called The World of the Dark Crystal. And I looked on eBay, and it's going for $250 right now. It came out in 2002.
Okay.
They used to have it at the Phoenix Library, the one here.
Yeah, someone stole it?
I went there today to look for it, and it's gone.
No one checked it out?
It's not even in the catalog anymore.
Oh, they just took it out. It probably got stolen, they took it out.
It's a very valuable book.
Let me see. I have some valuable books. Oh! Dude, I got a first edition of this old Buckmeister Fuller book. It's called I Am Verb. That shit goes for $80 right now. It's an old Penguin paperback. Mm-hmm. It has prints in it. It's not just words.
Did you ever hear of A Boy and His Dog? It was by Harlan Ellison.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that writer?
Yeah.
I was at Zia Records once, and I found a brown like leather book,
Yeah.
and he signed it.
No shit.
It was numbered. And then I was gonna sell it, and then I went to that place in Mesa that has like rare books.
Mm-hmm.
I sold it to them.
How much you sell it for?
It's like $30 or $40.
That's pretty good.
I could have sold it for $80 on eBay.
I got some weird signed books. You ever sign any of the books you printed?
My DVD,
You did?
Phoenix Rising. I used to sign them.
Hey, so did you film that whole documentary about of William Wonderful?
Yeah,
You filmed that?
that was my
And
first movie.
That was your first movie and you edited it?
Everything.
How did you go about proposing the documentary to William?
I forgot. I think I just asked him, and I saw him, and he says okay.
Oh, that's so cool though, because like, there's someone else that did a documentary. That's
Yeah, I know him. He sort of ripped me off.
He did? Yeah, because he had better audio. And
That
all
guy was a fan of my stuff,
Was he?
and I met with him a few times even. We worked on some,
Didn't really jive?
but he was professional, you know. He was getting paid to do that. I just did that on my own, you know. Whatever, it's just good that he did it though. At this point, it's good. William Wonderful's name's getting out there, so I don't want to
Yeah.
be bitter about it now. But yeah, that's it.
I made a song the other day.
Did you ever sign a book?
Yeah. I have a couple books out.
Why don't you do that?
Signed
You said
books?
you put your book out?
Yeah, I can just reprint it.
Where is it?
It's in some people's hands.
What kind of paintings do you put on there?
What? Paintings?
Yeah.
I don't put no paintings on it.
Why don't you make a book like a coffee table book
With paintings on it?
with paintings?
I could. I feel like I'm an author though. I wrote a book. It was like on like I thought it would be a good book on it was called interludes. It's a punny word. But it had to do with lewd behavior, not interlude, but interludes. And I thought it was a good book. And then another book I wrote was Studies of Subterranean Bodies. And each one of them, I still read it. I think they're pretty good. But I wouldn't want anybody to waste their time reading it.
Why don't you put out a book with just your stickers?
I could. That's what Lynn Trimble told me to do.
And then you could just like do like one page of sticker.
Yeah, it would be like
You could make it really short.
It would be like a Polaroid book. I could probably sell it at fucking Urban Outfitters.
Yeah. Cause I'll go through.
Well, dude, you know what? You want to know? Hey, dude, you know what we could do? No joke. You would be perfect. We should get some like girls too to go, but not because like we're creeps or anything like that, but just to balance the sexes.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put some ads up right now. Like we want drunk girls on the podcast, but not because like
we're not
creeps,
we're not like that guy.
Or like we're gonna try to sexually. Like it has nothing to do with.
We're not like that guy with the balls.
It has nothing to do with our insecurities.
Or balls.
Yeah. We'll say something like, has nothing to do with our insecurities or our lack of, like, ability to express ourselves clearly. We just want drunk girls that can want to make giant mistakes with their words. And maybe regret it, but hopefully they can be tough enough not to regret it.
Say we
want tough, drunk girls.
We want
preferably maybe done a year of roller derby.
Say we want girls who are down to party.
Yeah, we want girls to party, but not on the podcast.
It's just weird. It's just weird to have two dudes on the podcast always.
Yeah, I agree. But I understand why. Well,
we're getting off the ground.
What if we get so many girls on the podcast it turns into a girl cast?
You don't want that either.
Like we're because you know what happens when a girl gets in the room? I have to.
They start talking about their ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, and I try to be really polite. I start acting really polite, and I won't say any good jokes.
I don't either. I censor myself.
I'll start saying, "Oh, that's so neat. That's so neat. What you're into, really." Oh,
And
cool.
you let them talk. but you're thinking other
And
stuff.
then they laugh, and I have to laugh too because like it is nice to see a girl laugh, but I totally forgot what she said.
But is that interesting to someone else watching?
No, not at all. They'd be like, "This dude is being so fake." So
we need real girls.
something like that. We need to figure.
I mean, we need people who will be real.
We just need to have the confidence to insult each other on air.
To do the dozens.
Yeah. That's where the ones that we think could be on here could work.
People like when people roast each other.
So yeah, we want drunk girls, not because we're creeps, but because
we're not old creeps in our 30s. Sometimes,
why don't we put on there like, sometimes girls don't have anything to talk about, and so when they drink, they tend to like talk more.
Yeah, they do.
What if we make a real sexist ad that says something like that?
Hey, that'd be a perfect time to play that.
Alright, let me see what else I got on here. I made a song the other day. I'm trying to find it. Here it is.
Boom, boom, boom.
That ain't it.
It sort of sounded cool when you were tapping the...
Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is a song I made the other day. Ready for it? That was the song. I made that just with my voice. I just used the microphone. There's no instruments there.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
You just need a room.
I just need a
keyboard.
I just need a night at Trunk Space.
That's what I'm about to say. People would be into that.
I need a night at Trunk Space with a bunch of commonly people that think they're talented but are really untalented. Like, we could call it talented, untalented night. We don't know who's the real thing. We're just a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Anybody with a giant ego that thinks they're fucking doing something awesome, get the unless it's good. But no one's ever gonna know.
There was one good person who played a Trunk Space.
Brody Hubbard.
Yep.
And he works for Marvel.
He works for Weebly.
He works for Marvel Universe. He's designing the new Iron Man 5 outfit.
The Mach 7.
The Mach 7. Robert Downey Jr. is his best friend.
RDJ.
He invites him over to the house all the time.
RDJ forever.
Brody.
How did you know him?
Hubbard.
You know him, but you don't know Pete Petrisco?
I know Pete Petrisco. I've known Pete Petrisco.
You knew him in the past?
Yeah, I was like, you wanna know how I know these guys? I was the guy who walked by the window and like...
Huh. When you went to Trunk Space?
Yeah. I used to go to Trunk Space a lot. I like that spot.
They did
you know who else I like? You know, Lana Kelly?
Yeah, I know her.
I cried a couple times to her music.
I think I pissed her off.
What'd you say?
When I was posting Trump stuff as a joke.
And then she stopped following you or something?
I don't know.
What did you post? Like, fucking Trump for president?
Stuff like that.
Or, I think I lost hella friends when I said, Hillary Clinton's the #1 cunt. And then all of a sudden,
but she's real nice. Lana Kelly's really nice.
Yeah, she's.
I used to be her. I used to be her neighbor.
Oh really? You know where I first saw her was at Carly's.
Oh yeah.
She's playing with a guy who had an upright.
She has a good sense of humor.
I'm sure we've both grown so different from when we first saw each other. We had like 10 years. We don't even know each other. I don't even think if I even came up to her as a weirdo, like after a couple drinks, be like, Lana, don't you remember I met you at Carly's and we talked about I can't think of her name. Anyways, another good folk singer. And she's like, "Oh God, I love her music." We had some wine together. She's a great. I like her. I like her deep indigo. She's like blues.
Yeah.
She's like that desert rap blues.
Yeah.
There's not enough water there to be like swamp.
I guess she has a huge following in Europe.
Really? Dude, that's what we need to start saying. We need to have a huge following in Europe.
You fucking moron.
Oh, I went to that, the new place where the trunk space was.
Yeah, the church?
Before I went to your show on First Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trans Am.
Yeah. Oh, you went to Trans Am too?
It's not bad.
You Trans Am?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's grown. It's the new Jobot.
And they have like cool, like they have weird geeky stuff in there that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah. No, it's the new Jobot.
They're not afraid to be geeky.
No, it's Jobot.
I like it.
It's the real Jobot.
If it was close to me, I'd go there every day.
Yeah. No, I went there when it first opened.
Me too.
I used to go there to have meetings because no one would interrupt me.
Yeah.
Like I could go there and talk to somebody without...
That's sort of what I liked about it too. That it was.
But now it's... If you go there,
people are going
you're
there?
famous. You're famous when you go down there. Like, even you would be famous. You go down there and they'd be saying, like, I haven't seen you, how...
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I thought you were dead. Oh, I thought you were dead.
Huh.
Or I thought you moved to Portland. I thought you moved to Portland.
Because a lot of the old...
Isn't that what you do downtown to everybody? They go...
I just saw one today that was
I thought you moved to Portland. Like, no, I thought you moved to Portland.
Well...
Isn't that what you're supposed to do in Phoenix?
A lot of people don't go... A lot of people don't like going to Jobot because it's in the condo, right?
Yeah.
So that eliminates a lot of people that you don't want to talk to. But I guess Trans Am is sort of safe because it's not in the condo.
Yeah, it has two old school cats.
But I'm not...
you know Gabe, right?
Yeah, I talked to him on First
and
Friday.
And then you know Bradford.
Yeah.
They're old school guys.
Yeah.
We get along now. Once they
were in Carly's. They used to work there.
Did Bradford used to work at Carly's too?
I think so.
They raised the price on the sandwiches.
It wasn't bad though. When I went, I was like, okay, I could chill out here.
Yeah, no, it's
they had
chill.
good art on the wall.
Yeah, dude, I like to go down there. I haven't gone down in a while. Just probably because of the
wasn't as sterile as
Jobot.
Yeah.
Well, dude, no one local owns Jobot anymore. You can talk as much shit as you want in the place. People are like, John Sagasa's like, I don't know.
He's just making money.
Yeah, he's trying to open a new joint.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What Phoenix needs downtown is a massage parlor. And I'm not talking like a creep. I'm just saying, if you did want some massages for $20, you could get them.
Who would work there?
Fucking, I don't know, any college girl. It's better than them working at a strip club. Because if they want to do some of that other illegal shit, you get $100 out of it, rather than fucking going to a bachelor party. Like a bunch of bachelors come into a fucking strip club. Guess what they do? They pretty much rape girls, dude. Like verbally, with their eyes, all that disgusting shit. If it was in a massage parlor, all you do is get one drunk guy, and he's like, he's shy, and he's saying something like, "Could you like massage me down there?" And she's like, "No." Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's that.
That's that. But if she said, "Man, what if I said like for $100?" What if I like? That's what she's gonna go home thinking. She's like, "I need money. What if I said next time to a different guy when he says that, instead of me being a prude bitch, I say I'd be a fucking righteous feminist."
I'm not touching this one, Abe.
What if I'm a righteous feminist, like
no pun intended,
a strong woman? What if I'm a real strong woman? I say, I'll do it for $100. Instead of being a prude bitch, rather than a strong feminist, and I say, I'm gonna show this guy that I'm in control, and I'm gonna charge him $100 to $200 to $500, depending, and I'm gonna make my money, and I'm gonna live my life to the fullest, based on the strength of a woman.
I don't know.
Rather than being a prude bitch. You know what I'm saying? She can still be a
I don't
prude bitch because that's a dimension of being a strong woman. A prude bitch would be like, no. And he says, well, I apologize. She's like, you should, you fucking piece of shit. And then he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. She's like, you should be sorry. But, listen, I need some money. This is the woman talking. I'll do it for $500. She can tell how desperate and self-hating this man is. If he is that desperate and self-hating, she can get like $500, $600 out of him.
Why?
Because first off, he's acting like a fucking sex offender. And she belittled him for coming at her like that. And she played him. And got her $500. No?
I don't know.
You don't see how this new feminism works?
I just, I'm not going to go down that road.
Is it the prude bitch statement?
Yeah.
You don't like
Part
that
of
shit?
it.
That's mean.
Yeah.
It's an angle, though.
I know.
All prude bitches know it's an angle.
It's a hot take.
I should say,
Sometimes you have to do a hot take. Hey, I said at work Jimmy John's was better than,
Chiba Hut?
Yep.
And what happened?
People got angry at me.
Dude, did you tell them this is how Popeye's Chicken fucking made their fucking shit?
I was just saying, I told them I was about to give them a hot take before I gave it.
Dude, what Chiba Hut needs to do is, do a...
But then I ate Jimmy John's the next day and it tastes like shit.
Chiba Hut needs to make a monster bologna sandwich for $5. Get the cheapest fucking meat you can find. And just make a fucking Jack-in-the-Box out of it.
Well, I'm about to start a business.
What's it called?
Stoner Snacks.
You got granola bars or what?
It's anything that...
anything gluten-free and organic?
No, anything where Chiba Hut can't sue me. The closest thing to Chiba Hut where they can't sue me.
Does Chiba have a copyright on Rice Krispie trees?
Yeah, to sign a non-disclosure.
Chiba Hut just says like no sandwiches on Tuesday.
I guess they sued people before too.
Chiba Hut did?
Yeah.
They're probably gonna sue our podcast.
Well, I'm making Stoner Snacks isn't sandwiches.
It is not?
It's bagel dogs.
Do you know what a stoner snack is? Just ramen.
Yeah. I guess I could do that.
Another stoner snack is just white slices of bread. just sell slices of bread for 10 cents a
What
pop.
about those individual cheese slices that the other around?
Those two. Think whatever you get in a pack. So like, dig this.
And peanut butter.
You get how many slices of 15 slices in a $3.20 Kraft single package.
Yeah.
You get 15 slices, right?
You could sell one for $1.
You sell those for 50 cents a pop, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you're making twice you're making
And
profit.
you could put like a spoon with peanut butter on it.
Yeah. and it's like so cheap. It's like people have quarters. You know, everybody's paying in quarters and like dimes and nickels. That's such a great stoner thing.
What happens if that was like a First Friday pop-up?
Dude, you know,
Stoner Snacks on First Friday? People would go crazy over that. Stoner Snacks on Grand.
would you use plastic spoons and you just scoop peanut butter on it?
Yeah. And you sell it out of Bud's Glass Joint?
If you really want to get hippie, you do like a spoon of honey.
Yeah.
Because they sell those honey sticks at Sprouts.
Yeah.
You know those little honey tubes? Like, you know what I'm talking about? They sell them for like 50 cents a pop.
And it's a bagel with, and you microwave it, cheese on it in the middle.
You sell like 2 saltines for a quarter.
And graham crackers.
You could sell some shit that's a little too excessive, like a Capri Sun for like $2. You're like, they're like, bro, this is way overpriced. You're like, I know, but our spoons of peanut butter is cheap. All right.
It's for the experience.
We're hoping. Yeah, that's how you make the money, dude. This peanut butter makes their mouths dry, and that's when you sell the liquid shit for twice as much. They think they're getting deals, but they're fucking getting trapped.
And you can sell them fruit roll-ups.
Yeah, fruit roll-ups are hella cheap. Selling Lunchables and shit. I'll tell you what else is another great stoner snack. Ice cubes. Single ice cubes.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm trying to think of what the greatest stoner snack is when I get shit to eat. Just handfuls of cereal out of a box.
And you charge someone like $1 for
just one handful, just reach in there.
And they put
this sounds like something Joey G would do.
And they put it in like a cup, like, and then you give them a cup, and you're like, you have to just take a cereal and just put it.
Like something a handful. All right, shit, man, this is coming to an end. If you guys were offended by me saying,
what are we at? What time?
We're like 1 hour and 50.
Oh, we're at 2 hours.
1 hour 30.
Oh, that's good.
If you guys were upset about the prude bitch statement,
used to work for my brother.
I didn't mean it.
I'm not on board with that. I just want to say for the record.
I didn't mean it.
You were just.
I was just trying to be cool. But everybody who knows that I'm not, and you're better than me. So stop watching this podcast and start living your dream.
Get some tats.
But if you guys are trying to find some dirt on me, keep watching.
Keep digging.
You're gonna keep finding more and more stuff with Eli and me. And we just want to give you a giant apology that our next podcast is gonna be better, and our podcast after the next podcast after that's gonna be a little bit better. And by that time, Donald Trump may be on a second term, and our podcast is still going to be better. And you guys are still going to be finding things to hate. What do you think, Donald Trump second term? It's going to be bonkers, right?
Yeah.
He's going to turn it down, though. That's what kind of badass he's going to be.
It's just not funny anymore.
Do you think he could be the first president elected, be like, just want to see how stupid you guys were?
Yeah. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Wouldn't you like to be that president, like, saying, like, I fucking hate all of you. Like, you guys are... this world is fucked, but I'm getting on my spaceship. Fuck all y'all. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
This was my last... Like, I love the arts.
But where does he go from here?
The moon.
He's never going to top being president.
Dude, he could just go to the moon.
He's 73 years old.
Is that how old he is?
Or he's 71.
Damn. Remember when he was younger and he used to just, like, molest women?
Yeah.
No, he has to be like... Anyways, thanks, guys. Love your mother. Like the last one.
Call your mother.
Call your mother right now. Say she's been missing out. Tell your mother. Call your mother. Tell her you're lesbian. And that.
Tell her it wasn't her fault.
Tell her the only reason why you're a heterosexual is because you're conservative.
And you want to give them grandchildren.
And you're afraid of change. And Mom, I found myself. And listen, I got there's this great retreat we can go to, and I bet you could find your inner lesbian. Wouldn't you like to convert your mom to lesbianism? Not at all. I'd be the most conservative person if my mom came out and said she was lesbian. I'd be like, I would stop doing art the next day. And I would start selling real estate.
I had some weird stuff happen in my family, though.
What happened?
I'll tell you off the air in a second.
They're not buying acres out in the desert, are they?
No.
Alright.